Today I wanted to talk with you guys about safe spaces. I posted an image earlier today, and the image I posted was talking about how shame dies when stories are told in safe places. And so I wanted to talk today about the importance of safe spaces. So what is a safe space? It's become a bit of a buzz phrase and can be interpreted in many different ways. But to me, a safe space is an environment where people feel secure being authentically themselves. Unfortunately, I do not believe that this is a kind of environment that is as common as we might like to think. Otherwise, we would not be nearly so guarded about what we're willing to share with each other. So think about it from the perspective of what women are willing to share with each other. How many topics are there that have been taboo, such as pregnancy loss, abuse, mental health? There's a lot of those kinds of things, and we don't talk about them. And it's a real problem for young girls as they're growing up because they never get to hear other women validate experiences that maybe they end up having at some point down the road themselves. And so when it happens to them, they feel like they're the only ones, that nobody else can understand or relate. So having an environment where people feel secure enough to be authentically themselves is not as common as we perhaps might have thought. So what does that kind of environment look like? What are some of the clues that can help us recognize those kinds of environments? And I think the number one thing is that it is an environment without judgment. It's a place to share things we are feeling without being judged. And really, when you're going through hard times, you want someone to sit with you through all of the mess without judgment. Because we all go through hard things, and we try to muddle our way through as best we can. But it is much easier when we have a friend who is willing to sit with us through our mess. So how do we create safe spaces in which people feel comfortable sharing their stories? That's the question. And I definitely think that there are people who create spaces that don't know how to do that. I mean, obviously we have spaces where people don't feel comfortable sharing certain things. That is not the experience that I have personally. And I feel like there's two things that really make a difference. First, you have to be authentic yourself. If you are too ashamed to share your stories, then other people won't feel safe enough to share their own stories. That's really important. Second thing that occurs to me is you have to be willing to listen without judgment and avoid making generalizations. If you don't, then other people still won't feel safe enough to share their own stories. And it really is, I think, that simple. It starts with you personally. Each person, when we choose to be authentically ourselves and we choose to listen without judgment, that creates a space for other people to share their stories. And our stories are so important. So that's what I've learned from running my own membership group for families. I've learned I set the tone, and the kind of environment it becomes depends on the tone I set. I make a point of being as authentic as possible and avoiding judgments and generalizations as much as I can. After all, am I really that highly evolved that I have life all figured out? Definitely not. My family would tell you that. No, and no one else has either. What we are doing is we're sitting with each other as we muddle our way through the whole life parenting thing. And that's enough. There's a section of the Talmud that says, "It is not my job to finish the work. It is my job to simply participate in the work." And, it's not our job to get everything right. It's not our job to judge somebody else's effort. It's our job to participate in the work, whether that's participating in the work of raising our own children or living a good life, or maybe it's participating with others in just sitting with them as they are parenting and working on living a good life. So if you want to join me in creating just such a community, I have two very special options. The first one I've already mentioned. It's my family membership. It's been running for about 5 years now. It's a really great place to receive ongoing support and connect with other families like yourself in an intimate way. And it really is a very special group. We have all kinds of conversations that are, quite honestly, rather personal sometimes. And everybody gets along with each other and is kind and supportive. And I think that's so, one, important, but two, it's also a rarity these days. You know, a lot of times you see people pitted against each other because of their politics, because of their religion, because of their experiences in life, any number of things. And to see people be able to come together as human beings, as parents, and to work on working through the work that they have to work with, you know, what they need to work on, and to participate together. We're not living the same lives, we're not dealing with the same challenges, we're not making the same choices, but we're all doing the same thing. We're muddling through this whole parenting life thing as best we can. And the other option I have is a new option. It's an online conference that we're doing in just a few weeks, July 21st through 25th. It's called Supporting High Needs Learners at Home Online Conference. It's going to be very different from your typical conference. Most online conferences, you have sessions and vendors and all those things, and we will have those. But a lot of the emphasis of this online conference is going to be on the community atmosphere that we create, because that's what we all really need more of than anything else, connection. So we're going to have events for parents, events for children, events for teens, so everybody gets to participate and have connection with each other. When I chose to create this conference with a couple other ladies, it was actually because the Special Needs Homeschooling Expo got canceled because it was an in-person event and they didn't have enough people sign up. So I decided, let's try to take it online. So that's what we're doing. But the thing that people loved about the expo was being in a building full of other families that get them. And we also wanted to expand it because we realized that within the special needs community, we don't always school the same way. Some of us homeschool, some of us use public school, some of us use a private school, sometimes we use a very specialized private school. Sometimes we homeschool for a year, go to public school for a year, and then go to a private school the next year. And we're constantly adjusting based on the needs of our families. And so we wanted to expand this conference to just supporting high needs learners at home, however you do that. And to give people a place where they can connect with each other and walk away and maybe not feel so alone, maybe feel less shame. All those things are so important. So if you want to find out more about the family membership, simply go to my website and search family membership. If you're wanting to find out about the conference on July 21st through 25th, you need to search for our Facebook page. It's called Supporting High Needs Learners at Home Online Conference. We will have the option for people to begin registering very soon here, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks for joining me.